Hey guys, what's up? My name is Brett Lucas with Tallow, and I apologize that I couldn't have the time to be there with you today, as I've already committed to some other travel aspects here, but still wanted to provide you guys with a short, quick overview of just Tallow, what we are, how we do, and give you guys a little inside look into how we work and connect you guys with the different students here. So I'm sure if I asked and said, hey, put up your hand if you have heard of Tallow before, probably wouldn't see a whole lot of hands go up. So first and foremost, Tallow, we are the way to connect you guys, any college companies, organizations that might be in the room as well, with the students out there that are going to be the workforce of tomorrow. So right as our website says here, you have talent, we have opportunities. So we bridge that gap, allowing you guys to connect, message, follow students in a more personal way than just kind of a generic, hey, we're going to send out an email and hopefully it sticks. We really try to foster a relationship between a student and a company or an organization and allow that to build over the course of time. So you might reach out to somebody when they're 14, 15, 16 years old and start to build that relationship with them. And then the time comes and they graduate and they're like, hey, I've already heard of Carolina Cool before. I'd love to go and work with those guys. We've been in contact for the last 2 years, and they have an opportunity that is just waiting for me when I graduate. So that's how we work. Just really trying to foster that relationship between your organization and the students that are coming up into the workforce tomorrow. And you might ask, Brett, how do we do that? You know, you've mentioned that we have students on the platform, foster this connection, this relationship. How exactly does that totally work? And it starts out with your own personal profile on the platform. So if we switch over here, and we'll look at SCAHACC's own personal profile here for reference. And everybody that is in the room right now, your company, your organization, you can have this profile right here that we're looking at, something like that for free. SCAHACC does have a few additional paid features, which we're going to go over very quickly, but just wanted to let you guys all know that everybody sitting in this room, if your company would like a free profile page, Katie has all of my contact information, and she can put you in touch with me about getting this created and set up for you. Now, looking at the profile information, and this is the first thing that students would see in interacting with your company on our platform. So you'll see over on the right, we have a nice section where you guys can upload any videos that you might have posted. Could be like a day in the life, a company overview, a tour of a facility. Right here in the section, just kind of your about us. You know, it allows you to tell students who you are, what you do, where you work, how you work. It is really cool. You can link out different opportunities in this section, so we can let students know about different things you guys are offering, or if you wanted to link them directly back to your website. But we also take care of that, and arguably the most powerful part of the profile page here, allowing you to link out to different social media or different websites just at the tap of a button. So everything you'll see today is mobile optimized as well. So students can be on this, they can be on their computer, on their iPad, on their phone, and everything is going to work, look, and feel the exact same way. So a student, if you had your Facebook link here, your Instagram, your YouTube, will be able to tap right on these and take them directly out to you. Same with the website and learn more. If we click on the website here, you know, we're instantly going to be taken to SCAHACC's home website here. So we try to make that pretty easy for you guys going forward. So you don't really have to worry about, hey, you know, where does this take me? How do I find these students? Or how do they, more importantly, also find me? Click out of this here and we head back. So guys, that is the profile section. I know it's simple, it's easy, it's a nice overview. The best part is it's totally free, and it just allows you to get some extra awareness for students that, hey, they might not otherwise find you or kind of know who your company is. And you're probably sitting there thinking now, Brett, you've mentioned students, you mentioned this connection. Get to the point. I want to know how I can find kids that might want to work for my company, for my organization, either today, tomorrow, 10 years from now. I want to start connecting with students. And we have a very powerful search option here. And just as a heads up, anything with the analytics, the search, or the manage ops is all a paid feature that SCAHACC does currently have access to. You can have access to it as well, but it does come with an additional fee. But just to give you guys a look at what that looks like, we hop over into the search here. This is where all of the students and all of your contacts and relationships can really come to life and start working for you. So you'll see if we go down here, we've got about 473,847 students on the platform in its entirety right now. And one of my favorite features, we can map these students out and kind of see where everybody's located here. Might take just a quick second to load with that large portion. But you can see as these students load in, we get a really cool count on where these students are located and how we can break them down even further. If this does finish loading here beforehand, we can actually scroll in on each of these different areas and get a really great breakdown. But you can see, obviously very popular here in South Carolina, but as far up as Alaska, Hawaii, California, Texas, Florida, even some international students that are starting to get on the platform as we continue to grow and expand there. So continuing down here, maybe if it wants to load with me here, you'll notice over here on the left-hand side, we have all of our search criteria. So this is a way you guys can narrow down students who you're really looking at connecting with. You're going to find a lot of different students on the platform. You're going to find the high-flying 4 to 5.0 students that are going to go on to be great biologists, scientists, fly rockets to NASA. And you're also going to find the students that want to be welders and mechanics and build automobiles and HVAC systems. You guys are going to be able to find all of those students on this platform here. And we have a lot of ways for you to find and connect with those students. So things like the name, location, states, zip codes if you wanted to get really small with your search, and all the way down to career interests, skills, associations, courses that they might take. You have a way to source, search, and find students in that, in all of those different capacities here. And you will probably want to know, hey, Brett, what does a good student profile look like? And if we pull up here, we'll use Carlos here. Carlos here is from South Carolina at early college, class of 2020, so upcoming junior here. You'll notice when you click into a student's profile, a couple things appear right at the top. So Carlos has his GPA here, 4.69 on a 5.0 scale, some SAT scores, different skills that he's marked he has. And the important thing to know, guys, is that everything on the student profile is student driven. So there is nothing that's like reported from schools. There's nothing that these students are forced to report or weigh in on. All of this is student driven, reported by the student. So it's kind of their first test in integrity here. And that, hey, you know, no different than you could make up something and put it on your resume. You're right, students can make up stuff and put it on their profile, but really we obviously would verify that through any applications, any processes, anything kind of outside just the standard profile we would use for an opportunity. But I do always like to preface that these are all student-driven reporting here. And you can see for Carlos's next step here, he would like to attend a 2-year college, so tech school, maybe workforce, kind of his options, but probably maybe not looking at a 4-year degree here. And his career interest is a welder, so he's really looking at possibly going into maybe a welding school, welding program, getting a little hands-on experience. And as we scroll down through Carlos's profile here, you'll see he's got a video up here of a junior exhibition that you could watch for him. He's got some digital badges that he's been awarded. So it looks like early college, high school, 2017 honor roll, 2016 honor roll, Mu Alpha Theta badge. So what's really cool about these digital badges here, and we'll just touch on them real quick, is that these are all awarded by the association that is presented with them. So early college awards this to Carlos. It's nothing that Carlos could just go on his profile and say, yep, you know what, I was on honor roll even though I wasn't, and magically put this on my profile. No, all these badges are awarded by that organization, and they usually have some different criteria. If we click on it, you can see criteria. Yeah, have all A's. Horry County early college high school students received this badge for earning all A's in the spring 2017 and or the fall 2017 semester, and it was awarded to him on November 16th, 2017, and who awarded that, as you can see, early college high school. Popping over here to the right side of things, you can see, just get a good breakdown, and from here on, it reads really like a resume. So his education, where he went to school at, his accomplishments that he's had, so January Student of the Month, perfect EOC score for biology, merit roll, honor roll, 9th and 10th grade. So you can obviously see Carlos is a pretty dedicated student here. Extracurriculars and community service, closed captions activity, sophomore exhibition, breast cancer awareness, ambassador 2017. So you can see Carlos is pretty involved in things both in and out of school there. some of his experience. So this is where students can put in maybe any work or kind of extra experience that they might have outside of just kind of the typical, well, we do this through the school, or I volunteer at this organizations. But you can see he works at Five Guys, Horry Georgetown Technical College Engineering Day. He attended an event there. Some of the colleges and universities he might be interested in, they do have a way to update this. So if he was, let's say, accepted to Horry Georgetown Technical College, he could put accepted by admissions or attending, maybe what his majors would be. And again, just kind of breaking down this test scores, some of his class scores here. And then this is another really cool section. So any files that they've had. So he's obviously uploaded a list of references. He's uploaded some of his projects, some of his English essays. And really why we allow a student to do all of this is so you can get a really great view of who this student is as a person, not necessarily just a list of A's, B's, or C's, right? We want you to know, like, hey, who is Carlos? Why does he want to be a welder? What does he participate in? Why would he be a good employee for my organization, rather than just looking and saying, you know what, he's got a 4.69 GPA and all A's. I want this kid to work for me. Why do you want him to work for you? It really helps create that bond between both a student and an employer, or even as an employee becomes an employer. So a couple of things you can do from right here. You can give Carlos a follow. So a couple things happen between follow and message. So when we click into a student's profile like this here, Carlos gets a notification that says, hey, SCAHACC just viewed your profile. If we hit follow, Carlos gets another notification that says, hey, SCAHACC just follows you. And if we click in to send a message, we can shoot Carlos a message, something similar like, hey Carlos, check out this opportunity. And we could send him that, and he's going to get both an email notification and what would look like a text message notification directly to his phone through our app. So a lot of different ways to notify students and let them know that you're really interested in them and who they are. So that is the student profile there. Hopping back over here to search, again, I think we've all used a search function before here. So if we just wanted to look at students in South Carolina, put in South Carolina, and boom, here are all of our students that would come up for South Carolina. And we can obviously continue to narrow that down even further there. So let's say we wanted to do, South Carolina with career interests. Let's throw in a couple here. We'll do heating, ventilation, air conditioning. We'll do plumbers, electricians, welders, and throw in one more, just machinist. So let's add all of those up here for South Carolina. We get 1,615 students. And let's say we're going to be using this search quite a bit. Maybe we want to update this search, every other week or so. You have the ability to save searches down here. We will just call this saved one. We can save this search, and you'll see, boom, success, search saved. And what's really cool about that, we can go up here. We can load that saved search. We can add it to analytics here. So if we click add to analytics, group has been added to your dashboard, and this will lead us to our next tab of analytics over here. And this is where all of the numbers really come to life for your organization or that search you just performed. So obviously any of the students we're following, so it looks like right now we're following about 87 students. Excuse me. And you can see where those students are from, kind of race and ethnicity breakdown, gender breakdowns here, where those students are located throughout the state, kind of what their education levels, standardized tests they've taken, what are they interested in? So college and majors they're interested in, what are their majors listed on their profile? Next steps, what are these kids looking at doing? So about 74% say they want to go to college right now, 16 technical or community college, 10% others. That could be things like military workforce, maybe a graduate degree, involvement that they are in school right now, and their career interests. So mechanical engineers, hardware engineers, athletes, computer programming, welders, computer scientists. If we'd go up and we'd break that down, so you can see we have a lot of different options that we can go in. We'll go into the saved one search here. 1,615 students, and it just updates all of those stats here. So you'll see where throughout the state all of those students are located. And again, just that same information, just kind of seeing what these students are interested in. So you'll see welding technology welder, welding engineering, specialized welding, machine tool electrician are by far the top interests of this group of students. What their next breakdown is, you can see this one is definitely much more shifted to technical community college, straight to a job, college other, kind of their involvement in schools again, and all of their career interest here. So just a nice breakdown, a way for you to really put the data of the students to use. So that way you guys can get a numbers breakdown of the students you're reaching out to. And this would go for also anything you post with like jobs, scholarships, apprenticeships, internships, etc. And you might be saying, well, that's really cool, right? You know, we've got the students to search, we've got the numbers to pull. How can we get these students to apply? So you'll see under Manage Ops here, scholarships, opportunities, events, and digital badges. If you did want to create your digital badge, again, something we could talk about here. We won't cover that today though, but let's just say we wanted to go into an opportunity. And I know we already have one going here with the 2019 South Carolina Ride and Decide program. I'm sure obviously Katie's going to touch on that a little bit more. But if we click into that, let's just see kind of what we've got going on here. So you'll see for all of these students, we've got 18 applicants, 110 views. This started April 9th, so we're to the 22nd, so it is at about 12, 13 days in there. And you'll see over here on the right, all of the students that have applied so far. So we can click in and we can see kind of any of these students here. If we click on James down here, some of the questions that we asked from his application: current high school, GPA, not taking any vocational classes, top 3 trades you're interested in, why are you interested in this program here? So you'll see we can create some pretty great applications for these students to go ahead and apply in. And if we wanted to see what that looked like, so if we wanted to see this from the student side, you'll see this is exactly what the SC Ride and Decide program application looks like here on Tallo. So we have kind of a deadline, or not a deadline, a description up here of the program, some questions that they can verify that they meet the requirements. And then finally, it's just going through like any other application you would have, and we could apply through the program. Also, why it's important to keep all of that stuff from your profile up to date. You can see this is where students can also interact in it. So if they would go in and search for this opportunity, they can find who you guys are, who SCAHACC is. If you guys were posting your own opportunities, this would obviously be your organization over here. And they could link out to your website or any of your social media handles as well. If we hop back to opportunities though, let's just see what it looks like if we were to create a new one. So you can see here, just name, description, what type are we offering here? An apprenticeship, an internship, a job opportunity, competition, or just a kind of generic application. The requirements that you would have, questions, application start and end date, and then really just save that. We give you the ability to kind of replicate these in any way, and it just looks exactly like the same feel here. So if we wanted to go in and make any edits to this, obviously it'll tell us that we've already had applications for this opportunity, so we can't edit everything on it, just to keep it fair to students that have already applied. But you'll see here, this is what the questions all look like. So multiple choice, we just add in different options. Application start date, we have this ongoing. Students can come back in and edit their submissions. We don't have any restrictions on the winners here. But you'll see that's how the Manage Ops section works here. If we did want to maybe pass along any of these submissions or break them down, we can download and export these submissions as well. So if we wanted just a nice CSV file of all of these students who have applied, we can export this and share it, which Katie can talk to a little more here. If we also had anybody in progress, we'd be able to toggle this on, and you'd be able to see any applications that were started but maybe not yet complete. So that kind of covers Manage Ops for both scholarships and events. They work the exact same way. You'll notice they don't even look all that different. So they can come in here and really event start date, end date. The only thing you'll have to decide, kind of like when we had to choose between an opportunity, an internship, apprenticeship, or an application, Is this a competition, conference, convention, expo? And then students can obviously go in and search for all of these different events, opportunities, scholarships, etc. there. So that really covers Manage Ops. The last thing we can go through, just to give you guys a view of what it looks like here, is messaging here. So you can see a lot of the messages that we've already sent out here, both SCAHACC and just the personal inbox on here that we're logged into. But we can click into any of these and see, all of the messages. You'll see it pops up, just very similar to how a text message would look on your phone. And that's exactly how it looks on the app as well, just blue and gray boxes going back and forth. But then you are able to quickly interact with any of these students that have filled out the interest form or any of the applications or anything like that. So that covers just about everything I wanted to show you today in terms of the free profile. So again, Katie does have my contact information. So if you are interested in the free profile side of things, please reach out to me and let me know. We can get you guys set up with this. If you do have any additional questions, feel free to reach out. Talk to me. We can talk it out, and I can definitely get you some more information if you need. Again, I apologize I couldn't be there with you all today, but anything covering Manage Ops, the search function, or analytics, by all means, please reach out and let me know, and I am definitely happy to answer any questions you guys have. With that, I will pass it back to you, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch some of this and just learn a little more about Tallo. Thanks, guys.